You will never be perfect in a relationship, and you cannot expect your partner to be perfect in a relationship. We are imperfect as human beings. We are imperfect in this life. And what makes you think that your partner can be perfect, that you can be perfect and live up to this amazing standard 24/7? You just can't, because we all have days where we're not feeling our best emotionally, when we're not feeling our best mentally, when we're not feeling our best physically, where we can't give our partner our full 100% like we do on other days. And you have to realize that, and you have to recognize that your partner is human and you are human. And if your partner is setting super high expectations for you that you can't meet all the time and gets frustrated with you when you don't meet those standards all the time, then there is something wrong. And vice versa, if you're doing that same thing where you're thinking that your partner has to be perfect all the time, then there is something wrong, because that is not love. Love is not thinking that your person has to be perfect. Love is loving them for their imperfections and realizing that they can't be perfect. Love is exactly that. Love is accepting and loving this person for who they are, for all their imperfections, for all their perfections, for all the things that we love, for all the things that we don't like as much, but we deal with the things that we don't like as much because we love everything else about them. And we value the things that we love about them way more than the things that we don't love about them. And that's what so many of us forget in relationships. That's what you forget in a relationship. That's what I've forgotten in relationships, is that I can't be perfect and that my partner cannot be perfect, and that's completely okay. That's what makes it love. That's what makes love so special, is that you have to love this person regardless of how, some days where they have bad days, some days they have great days. Some days you have great days, some days you have bad days. Life's a roller coaster. It goes up and it goes down, and some days you're not going to be able to give your 100% emotion to that person. But you can give 10%. You can give whatever you have to that person, and that's the beauty of it. That's the love in it, man. And that's the truth about it. So we have to stop setting such high expectations for ourselves in relationships, and also our partners in relationships, because once we do that, it's a recipe for disaster, almost to a point. Because I have thought my person had to be perfect all the time, and because at first I think it feels like that. I think at first in the relationship, we go through the honeymoon phase where our relationship feels amazing and it feels like nothing is wrong at all and everything is perfect. And then we get so attached to that feeling, throughout the first months. And then once we have that first argument, or once our partner slips eventually. Obviously, you're with somebody for so long, they're gonna not be perfect, right? But once that happens, we tend to get angry. We tend to get frustrated, like, oh, what the heck? What's changed? What's so different? And the reality is that that's life, man. And we're not perfect. That's the reality of it. That's the truth. Is you don't have to be perfect in a relationship, but what you do have to be is forgiving, and what you do have to be is loving. And that's obvious, right? But a lot of us don't see it as that. We think that our partner has to be perfect, and that's just not the truth, and that's how I used to be in the past. Is I used to think that they're not like giving their all to me today, they must not love me. They're not really caring about me anymore. But that's just not the case sometimes, And if it's continuous over and over and over and over again, and they don't find a way to solve it, then sure, maybe that might be the case where they're falling out of love for you, and they might not be as interested in you. But if it's just every so often, every couple of days, and as long as you can communicate, communication is so important. Just let your partner know, hey, I'm not giving my all today. I can't give you my all today. I can't give you 100% today. And they're gonna realize, okay. And you have to say, because I'm feeling this way, and they're like, okay, that makes it more understandable, instead of you just being off. And they'll recognize that. And same, that's what you would want from your partner. You would want your partner to communicate with you and tell you, hey, I'm not gonna be able to give you 100% today. I'm just not really feeling it today. But I still love you and I still care about you more than ever. I'm just not gonna, fake it, And I think that's great. I think that's how it's supposed to be, and it will eliminate so many arguments, and it will eliminate so many problems. But you have to recognize that you are not perfect, and realize that you make mistakes. Realize that you have your off days. Realize that your partner is not perfect. Realize that your partner makes mistakes, and realize your partner has off days. And be forgiving and be kind to one another, man. You guys are in this together. You are in this together. And this doesn't go for just relationships like, romantic, but it also goes for friendships. Sometimes your friends aren't going to be able to be giving you 100%, and that's completely okay. But you have to recognize that. And I'm sorry I'm squinting. It's a little bright out here, and there's a lot of snow around me. But yeah, you can't be perfect, and don't hold yourself to perfect standards, because there's no such thing. Only for progress. That's why I always say progress over perfection. That's the video for today. That's all it needs to be. Love your partner for them, and realize that they don't have to be perfect, and realize that you don't have to be perfect. If they're holding you to perfect standards, then they are just unrealistic. And if you're holding them to perfect standards, then you are unrealistic, and you need to love them for them. That's what makes a relationship so beautiful. Thank you guys for tuning into the video today. It's another amazing and beautiful and blessed day today, man. I hope you guys are doing well. Discord in the bio, man. We're building a great community down there. And I'm gonna quit my yapping now. As always, stay blessed, stay positive, stay true. Do not forget to stay you, man. That's the most important part. And as always, you know what I'm gonna do is catch you in the next video, because we do it every single day here. Peace.